Hello, church. Pastor Jack here. Welcome to my study and welcome to my YouTube channel. First things first with Pastor Jack. I hope you'll do all the YouTube stuff and subscribe and like the videos. Today we're going to be starting a new study in the book of Obadiah. And it's one of the smaller books. It is only 21 verses long, so there'll be less than 22 episodes, but there'll be 2 or 3 episodes because I preached on this a few weeks ago at my church, and I just want to put it out here for you guys to maybe get a few nuggets out of this book. It's a very good book. Obadiah was one of the minor prophets, and he was during a time that the Babylonians were taking over Judah and taking over Israel. And it was actually written about the time that they were capturing a lot of Israelites and killing them. It was a time of probably the only thing we saw since then that was probably as bad as what had took place here during this time period was what took place with the Germans killing the Jews in during World War II, and it was a very sad time for the Israelis. And there was a country next to them. The name of the country was Edom and Edomites, but Edom was a country that was founded by Esau's family. So Esau descendants were part of were the Edomites, and as the Babylonians invaded Jerusalem and they were taking over Israel, the Israelis would try to escape to Edom, and the Edomites would capture them and bring them back to the Babylonians to be killed, and just increasing the number of deaths, and so God spoke to Obadiah and give him a vision, and that's what these 21 verses are about. And as we look at the first few verses there, now understand Edom was a very strong country. It was a hill country, and they had a lot of secure places up in the mountains. And understanding the warfare in that day, if you had mountains, then it was easier to protect yourself. If you can imagine, you got one trail coming up to this encampment or village on a mountaintop. It's pretty easy to protect one trail. They can't just come from every direction like they could on flat land. And so the Edomites thought that the people of Edom, they thought they had, they were just super. There was nothing could happen to them. And as we look here in these first few verses, we see that the sovereignty of God is coming out in this. God is sovereign. God's all powerful. You may think you have safe places, but if God turns against you, then you're easy for Him to take down. It don't matter how high a mountain you live on. It don't matter how many nuclear weapons you got. It don't matter how big a nation you are. In America, we feel pretty safe. We got oceans on two sides. Canada to the north and Mexico. Our southern border's open now, but that's only because we got a idiot for president. I hesitate to say that, but that's what we got right now. And or a very smart man that's just so far into dementia that he can't do anything. I'm not sure which it is, but anyway, you pick whichever one you like the best. Pretend I said that. But as we go, we think we are pretty safe, but I want you to know when you're tested by God, we're talking about the man who created everything. We're talking to a man that when he was among us, walked on water. We're talking about the man that raised the dead. We're talking about the man that healed people that no doctors could heal. We're talking about the man who created everything. He was there in the beginning. And the scripture tells us he keeps everything in working order. You know, he keeps the world tilted just right. He keeps the sun burning. He keeps everything going in his universe that he created, and in the creation that he created, multiple universes. He keeps it all going. So he can do anything. He's sovereign, and God was showing his sovereignness, if you would. I might have made that word up. I'm not sure. In these first few verses, he starts telling the Edomites. He said, "I will make you a weak nation." In verse 2, I will make you a weak nation. He said, "Your presumptuous heart has deceived you." Presumptuous heart. Boy, we presume a lot of things in America, don't we? And there's people who believe all kinds of things that from their worldview, then this abortion's okay. From their worldview, you know, there's not just two genders. There's a gazillion of them. From their worldview, homosexuality is just as good as any other sexuality. From their worldview, their presumptuous heart has deceived you. Man, does that not sound like it's talking to us? Third verse, you think you are in safety. I can bring you down, he said in the fourth verse. In the fifth verse, he's telling the Edomites that they will be totally destroyed. Now, you know, I'm not predicting the end of America. I can tell you, I've read Revelations, and I see nowhere that in those last days that America is there. Israel's being bombarded and fought, and I kept reading it, hoping I would see where an eagle will come in from the west, and never saw it. You know, I'm not saying America won't exist. I'm saying it won't exist in the condition it is today when those times get here. It will not exist like that. I believe there's a plan, and I believe the plan's working, and I pray that God would put his plan off sometime so my grandkids could live full lives and live in this great country. And now I have one great grandchild, and I'm praying that she gets to live a full life in this country. But I'm telling you, God, you know, he don't have to hear that prayer because he has a plan. And we need to understand that his plan, you know, may not include America being in the condition that they are today. We need to be very mindful of this. We need to understand that God is superior to us. He's sovereign, and he has all power. And just as the Edomites thought they had it made and that they would never be judged for the things they did, and we'll talk about those in the next video, but they'd never be judged for the things they did. America can't think we will not be judged for the things we do. God bless you. Keep the first things first, and I'll see you in the next video.